Hello everyone, my name is Satyam Chaturvedi and today I am going to start the first poem of your first flight book of class 10th. The poem's name is Dust of Snow and it is composed by Robert Frost. As you can see, the composer name is written here. So you can see this poem is very short. There are only 2 stanzas in it and each stanza is having 4 lines. So what actually happens in this poem, I will explain each and every line as well as the theme of the poem, and I will also tell that which literary devices are also used in this poem. So without wasting any time, let's start our first stanza. So our first stanza is, the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. So if you see here, hemlock word is used. Hemlock tree, what is hemlock tree? Hemlock tree is hemlock tree. If you see here, the meaning of hemlock is written, a poisonous plant with a small white flowers. A poisonous plant with a small white flowers. And you can also see the crow word is also used. So both these words, crow and hemlock, are the sign of darkness, are the sign of despair, are the sign of inauspiciousness. They are being termed in this poem in a negative manner. So what actually happens in the first stanza, the poet, means Robert Frost, is passing through a jungle, and in between the jungle there is a tree named hemlock which is poisonous in nature, and on that tree a crow is sitting. So when the poet was passing from that tree, so the crow did some kind of movement. The actual movement of the crow is not specified in this poem, but the crow's movement had thrown some dust of snow upon poet. So when the poet was passing from that forest, so a crow was sitting on a hemlock tree and the crow's movement had thrown some kind of dust of snow upon him. This is the explanation of first stanza. Now, coming to the second stanza of this poem, first of all, let me read the second stanza. Has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. So, the only difficult word used in the second stanza is rued, which actually means held in regret. That means कि किसी चीज़ का आपको पछतावा होना, right? So, in the first stanza, the story was that the poet is passing through a forest, and in the forest there is a hemlock tree. On that hemlock tree a crow is sitting, and with the crow's movement some dust of snow fell upon the poet. And in the second stanza, let me read, has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. So in the second stanza the poet is saying that before that incident, the poet's mood was very sad. He was not happy. But that little activity has turned his face, or has turned his mood into positiveness. Now he is filled with energy, and that little moment has changed his whole day, and it had saved his life. It has saved his day from getting spoiled. उसका दिन बर्बाद होने से बच गया उस एक छोटे से मोमेंट ने. ये हमारे सेकंड स्टेंजा में एक्सप्लेन किया गया है. इफ यू सी, हैज़ गिवन माई हार्ट अ चेंज ऑफ मूड. व्हाट एक्चुअली चेंजेस हिज हार्ट्स मूड? व्हाट चेंजेस हिज मूड? द फॉलिंग ऑफ डस्ट ऑफ स्नो फ्रॉम द एक्टिविटी ऑफ crow, and saved some part of a day I had rued. And he is saying that this activity has saved his day from getting bored or from getting spoiled. So this was the whole explanation of first poem, Dust of Snow, composed by Robert Frost. Now we are going to discuss the theme as well as some literary devices used in this poem. Okay, now continuing with the poetic part, literary devices used in this poem. First of all, we will discuss the first stanza. So, first of all, we will discuss which rhyme is used in the first stanza. If you see, so how the rhyme is made, if you see the same rhyming word, crow and snow is used in the first and third line. So we will term this as A because the same rhyming word is used in the first line and third line of the poem. And if you see in the second line me, and in the fourth line tree, so these both words are rhyming with each other, so we will term this rhyming as B. So what is the rhyming used in the first stanza? The rhyming used in the first stanza is A B. Crow, snow, A, me, tree, B. Okay? In the same manner we are going to discuss the rhyming of our second stanza also. So if you see, the fifth line is heart, seventh is part. So we will name it C. Heart and part are the rhyming words and we will name it C. And mood and rude are again the same rhyming word. We will name it as D. So what is the rhyming used in the second stanza? It will be C, D. And what was in the first stanza? A, B. So this is the rhyming used in this particular poem. Now continuing with the literary devices. So first in the whole poem, enjambment. What I say? Enjambment is a literary device being used in this poem. So what is the definition of enjambment? When the same sentence continues to the next line without any punctuation. If you see, the whole poem has been narrated in a single line, not a single punctuation is used in the both stanzas. The punctuation full stop is used in the last of the poem. So which literary device is used here? Enjambment in both the stanzas. If you see, the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. It has been continued without any punctuation. So which literary device used in the both stanzas? Enjambment. Now if I talk about another literary device, if you see assonance, let me turn on the brush. Assonance, Assonance. What is assonance? Assonance is vowel sound repeating. Where the vowel sound repeats, the literary device used is termed as assonance. So if you see vowel sound O in the second line, shook, down, on. So in the word shook, double O, in the word down, single O, and in the word on, O. So the O vowel sound is repeating constantly. So this particular literary device is termed as assonance. Okay. Now talking about the next literary device used in the second stanza of this poem is, you all know it very well, it is called alliteration. 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 So what is alliteration? Alliteration is repetition of consonant sounds. Consonant sounds are repeated. हिंदी में जो हम अलंकार पढ़ते हैं अनुप्रास अलंकार, that is termed as alliteration. So if you see in the second stanza, saved and some is using the same consonant S next to other. So S word is repeating here, so alliteration is here. And if you see, yes, saved some is the in this particular line alliteration has been used. Okay, so talking about talking about the literary devices used in this particular poem were three. I am repeating it once again. One was enjambment. What is enjambment? When the same sentence is being continued without any punctuation, so the whole poem is narrated in a single punctuation. So the enjambment literary device was there. Then second was assonance, where the vowel sound was repeating. So if you see, shook down on me, in this particular line, in the second line, assonance was there, and alliteration in stanza 2. So in this poem I had discussed the explanation part. I had explained you the whole poem, as well as I told you the rhyming of the poem, as well as the poetic devices used in this particular poem. So with this, I am signing off from this video. You are all free to contact me if you are having any query, and I will also provide worksheet notes for your exercise. Till then, take care. Bye bye.